Former President Donald Trump's parades to the courtrooms have begun. They began on Monday in New York. This was in a civil case, and of course, we are awaiting the parade to continue in 4 criminal cases due to be heard next year, and those trial dates have been set already, taking much of the first half of the year. But this is a civil case, but a serious case. It came after a lawsuit was filed by the New York Attorney General Letitia James. She has alleged that Trump committed massive fraud through overvaluing his assets, his property particularly, and on that basis obtained very advantageous loans from banks and insurance covers. This claim has been upheld already. Judge Arthur Engoron ruled that this fraud has indeed been committed. He said what Trump had spun up has been a world of fantasy clearly to his advantage and that of his companies. But that initial ruling from Engoron is not the end of the matter. 6 other counts are now being heard and are being considered by the court. Donald Trump appeared in the court looking rather grumpy and almost managing the famous expression that he did earlier in the case in Georgia. Not quite, if that is what he was trying to do, but clearly he was feeling wronged. He spoke outside the courtroom and no guesses what he said. He called it a witch hunt. He has earlier said that this is a campaign to kill Trump, and indeed, if it were to succeed, it could kill Trump economically, financially. The fine that he could face is $250 million, but that's almost not the worst of it. Substantial as that would be, he also could face other penalties depending upon the outcome of this trial on the other counts and the other allegations that are being heard now and that are now before the court. Trump's case is that he is innocent. In fact, that is hardly surprising. His case always has been that he is innocent, but a judge already has ruled otherwise. It was found that in 1 calendar year, he overstated his assets by as much as $2.2 billion. So that's a huge overvaluation, and that seems to dwarf the potential fine of £250 million. But the more serious aspect of it could be whether there would be a reorganization, to put it politely, but speaking bluntly, a loss of a lot of his iconic properties such as Trump Tower in New York, Mar-a-Lago in Florida, others around the world. And if he has overvalued his assets, it is possible that the court then may seek corrective action over that and over the financial dealings arising out of that overvaluation. A lot is at stake for Trump in this civil case.
Good morning, everyone. Donald Trump and the other defendants have committed persistent and repeated fraud. Last week, we proved that in our motion for summary judgment. Today, we will prove our other claims. My message is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law. And it is my responsibility and my duty and my job to enforce it. The law is both powerful and fragile, and today in court, we will prove our case. I thank you all for being here, and again, justice will prevail. Thank you.
This is a continuation of the single greatest witch hunt of all time. The banks got back their money. Again, there was never a default. There was never a problem. Everything was perfect. There was no crime. The crime is against me because we have a corrupt district attorney, but we have a corrupt attorney general, and it all comes down from the DOJ that totally coordinated this in Washington because I'm the leading candidate, I'm leading Biden by 10 points. And I'm leading the Republicans by 50 and 60 points. That's pretty much, they say, over. I never accept that, but they say it's over.
Letitia James is the first person to actually prosecute Trump for his criminality. Trump is a criminal. New Yorkers know it. Americans need to know it. Trump cannot be president again in 2024, and we will do everything we can to bring and hold Trump accountable. Trump!